Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. I am TheJustKing, and I am going to be showing you the basically how to play Japan in the beginning. Because the first I sent out I uploaded a beginner tutorial, and so this is going to be the second part of what you're going to do after you start. I've been playing this game for a while, and I've um well, mainly Japan, because Japan's cool. I don't know. And basically some of the things that you are going to want to start is you actually don't want to start a Chinese border incident yet. You first want to focus on getting factories, building up your industry, and actually, that's for anybody. First of all, before you even think about war, for most people, you don't want to have military, but you want to build as many civilian factories as you can. At least that's how I play it. And then that way, when war does come, you can easily convert these into military factories. But at the time, this will allow you to trade more and allow you to have a lot more financial stuff. So one of my favorites to do is to have the army whatever primacy, since that allows you to have more whatever factories for free. And this is just for Japan, but if basically that's what you focus on. It's same with the Germans. I'm pretty sure it's the same for the London, even though probably London you want more so a focus on ships, but that's pretty much the same as Japan. You want more ships. If you're an island nation like the US, or if you're away from Europe, basically, you basically want to focus on getting ships and not so much military. However, if you are Japan has to worry about both those things, because Japan has to worry about this area, and they also have to worry about this area, like all of this area, which kind of sucks. But your first target is obviously going to be China. But the thing is, China right now is a little bit too strong. But their mood could change depending on if you're able to build up a strong enough military. So the way you actually do build up a military is, first of all, you have to go into I think it's recruitment and deployment, and then you have to start training stuff. You have to start training different units. So I'm gonna go ahead, and each unit is different. Like this one, I believe has, yeah, see, this got support units and it's got infantry, but this has tanks, and you want tanks. Tanks are amazing. Tanks and motorized vehicles. Horses are okay, but they're not as good. But tanks are super good for taking over land, because it's very hard to take land with just infantry. Infantry are pretty much just meant for defending your territory. But so yeah, and you also want to select the land. So I usually go with, since you can't deploy on here because it's not technically cored or anything, I just go here, since there's a port right here and it's very easy to get to. Then obviously, since you don't have since you don't have tanks being produced, you go ahead and go here and you select tanks that you build. And then basically this shows you how efficient this is, obviously, and you don't really want to focus too much on but you always want to have lots of battleships. For an island nation, you always want to have a lot of battleships. For Germany, you want more people, because you are defending your territory and attacking. So, and you want tanks. Those are the other two things. But for the most part, if you're fighting land battles, you want tanks. But if you're fighting sea battles like Japan's going to be fighting, you're going to want battleships, because battleships are one of the best. Carriers are okay. I like carriers because they allow you to have airplanes, more airplane support at sea, but they're not really useful. See, look, at in 18 years, no, that's not gonna work. So you wanna do, yeah, actually that's not even worth it. But these things are extreme. This is why you want to get your efficiency up with more factories, more everything. But to begin with, you're going to want to start off with getting that and having a few supplies. You want some supplies. You actually don't want this many. Actually, you don't want that many. You probably want that many. You probably want this. You probably want that many, whatever that is, 9, 3, and 3, because that's a good number for billing. And you want a surplus too. That's the other thing. And you also, if you can't get a destroyer, then destroyer ones are good too. Submarines are okay. They're more so for, I guess they're more of a support unit than anything. And then you want tanks. And so for pretty much anybody, you're gonna want to go ahead and research this. This is crucial. You need to have electronics. If you don't have electronics, you're gonna get screwed. And yeah. And then you also want to have basic machinery, since that increases your production, and you want to have construction. So those three things are most important. Now you can really change up what you want for the next one. I typically go with tanks, since well, the heavy tank, since you're gonna need more so heavy tanks, and then after that you're gonna go down this line, or depending on whichever you want. But this line's good for planning and stuff, which basically makes it easier to make out huge plans like you need for Asia. So if you're gonna fight Asia, or Russia for that matter, you need this line. You need it. It's required pretty much. But since I'm not doing that, I'm gonna go with tanks so I can start editing that profile. And what else can I say? So, and then with that, we can start trading too. Trading is, I don't know how to say it. It's more so, trading is based on how much factories you use, because you basically trade your trade your production for factories, and that you get the goods. That's how this kind of works. So that's my understanding of it. I could be wrong, of course. So you're gonna want to go ahead and make sure that you always have it. Otherwise, of course, you're always gonna be lacking in supplies and all that stuff. And if you're lacking in supplies, it takes a lot longer to make stuff, and that makes it harder to go to war, and it's just never fun. So you don't want to go into a super abundance, because 8's the minimum. But for Japan, unfortunately, you need to import a lot, and it kind of sucks. You're gonna need a lot of steel too. That's just Japan's problem. They are lacking in steel. I know it says I'm surplus right now, but trust me, it is not gonna last. So for these guys, actually, I'll save the battle planning for later, and I'll continue talking about this though. Also, another thing for Japan, or any nation that's lacking in oil like Japan, you need to also focus on these, but I would do that after you've gone past the limit of your current technology. Where is it? Where was it? Research, yeah, here. So like for instance, once you've gotten right here, I go for concentrated factories, since they're better output, and you don't have to really worry too much about being bombed in Japan, since you're gonna have a great a great navy, and you can really destroy anything. So after you pretty much finish these three things, you're gonna want to start going down this line. And luckily for Japan, they have they have this over here. After you're done with this, you're gonna want to go over here too, then, and you want to go down this line and get this. This is another thing that's required, and then you go into that though. Basically, that makes research 50% faster, and it makes the entire game much easier. So after that, after you've, I would say, gotten down to about here on most of these, I'd say right about here, once you've researched all these, so it's going to be at least a year, I think, or a few years. So it's probably going to be like 18. Then you want to go down this path and go to war with China, and you'll have a good military saved up, and you will want to, before you actually declare war on it, you want them to sever those ties. And if that doesn't work, I would say beforehand, I wouldn't go in Iron Man just yet. But I would also do this because this will allow you to, instead of just going attacking, because if you declare war on China, the entire all of this becomes China, and that is not good because that means they unite against you. So I would suggest you go after this country first. You're gonna have to fight through here and then annex it, and then go through this country and annex that. And that's pretty much the basics of everything you're gonna need to know. Because I've played Japan for like 20 hours now or something like that, and that's what I've learned through all my playthroughs so far. Anyway, I'll make another video on this later describing what I do for war. I might make an entire playthrough of this, but thank you all for watching and hearing me out. If you like this, please leave a like, comment if you have any questions about what else, because I will release more though. Have a great day, and if you want to see more of this, please subscribe, obviously, but I'm not gonna make you guys. It's up to you, but I would appreciate it. It makes me feel good. Anyway, yeah, but thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a whatever comment. But other than that, thanks again, and adios. Have a great day. Yeah.